Hi, it's Ariel with Auto City in El Cajon, San Diego's leading used car dealership. And this pretty young thing is a BMW 228i. It's a 2014 with about 21,000 miles on it in jet black with a black leather and wood trimmed interior. It's no secret by now that I'm a huge BMW enthusiast, but for me, the older the car, the better. I'm talking really old. And this 2 Series is one of the newest models BMW makes. So let's see how it holds up. Let's take a look around, let's take a look inside, let's take it for a drive. Let's check it out. BMW recently updated their nomenclature so that all the sedans remain odd number series and the coupes are now even number series. So the 3 Series sedan, the 5 Series, the 7 Series all remain the same, but the 3 Series coupe is now the 4 Series, 6 Series coupe, and so on. Of course, it gets even more confusing than that because now they have the Grand Coupes, which are what they call 4-door coupes, which are essentially 4-door versions of 2-door versions of 4-door cars. It's all very confusing. And what's the GT? It's not a hatchback, it's not a station wagon, it's just, what is it? I miss the days of simplicity. But anyway, how does that relate to this? Well, this is the 2 Series. This is essentially the very first 2 Series that BMW ever made, but really what it is the next generation of the enthusiast coveted 1 Series, which I fell so deeply in love with when I recently test drove both a 135i and the 128i. Both cars were fantastic. This is a 228i. So how does it hold up? Is it a worthy successor to the beloved 1 Series? This 228i has a 4-cylinder turbo engine. BMW promises their new 4-cylinder engines to be highly fuel efficient without sacrificing power and driving dynamics. So let's find out if that's true. Just sitting in the cockpit of this car, it does feel like I'm sitting in a modern day BMW. It's just sort of a more snug, compact version of the 3 or 4 Series. You have the same layout, the same kind of dashboard. I think they even use some of the same components, but because it's a smaller car, everything's just kind of closer into your face. But if you are into the modern BMW interior design, this car has it all, and it's all really nice. The specific model we're driving does have the BMW's iDrive system, but it's kind of like its iDrive Junior system. It's not the full, I don't know, it's got like different levels of that, right? I don't know, something like that. And it does drive pretty nice. I can tell it's a 4-cylinder car. It doesn't have the weight of an inline 6-cylinder, but with the turbo engine, it takes off pretty nicely. I'm not terribly impressed with the steering. It's light and easy and doesn't have that classic BMW steering feel. These cars are known for having the tightest and most precise steering out of any car. And this one is pretty light. Easy, but light. Just driving it in its normal comfort setting, it's a perfectly comfortable and luxurious car, and you have plenty of great amenities around you. You have leather seats. I have everything here in front of me. I have fine wood trim, and it's a really nice place to be, but it doesn't remind me of a BMW. If I put it into sport mode, it gives me a little bit more of that tighter feel. The steering tightens up ever so slightly, as does the suspension and my throttle response. And then the car becomes a fun car to drive. Bear in mind, this 228i is the base model 2 Series. They do also come with big inline 6 twin power turbo engines, and I hear those are a lot of fun. I can't wait to check one of those out. Even still, I'm not unimpressed with this car. It's very nice and very smooth and very compact and quite luxurious, and as to be expected with any BMW, the visibility is fantastic. I can see around me beautifully, better than I can most modern cars, and I'm really enjoying the drive experience. I just wish the steering was a little bit tighter and the suspension was a little bit more precise. If those 2 things were improved upon, this would be an unstoppable car. And it looks really good in black. It's got a nice sound to it when you really let it take off, I'll tell you that. Well, that concludes my review and test drive of the BMW 228i. I definitely think there are areas that they vastly improved upon since it's technically previous generation, the 1 Series. For example, the exterior design. The 1 Series kind of had a face only a mother could love. You had to drive that car to appreciate it, not look at it so much. I think they really went back to some of the more classic BMW design elements. The front end is wider and lower and meaner looking, and it's just all around a better looking car. They also brought the technology up to modern standards, and it has all the same amenities you would expect from other BMW models. Where I think this car falls short is its driving dynamics. The 1 Series is just an incredibly precise and tactile driver that reminds me of BMWs from the 1980s. This thing feels a little bit more like a modern car, and for that, I personally prefer the 1 Series over the 2 Series. But that's just me. I'm weird. I like old things. If you don't care so much about that and you want a perfectly well-handling, well-performing modern sports coupe that's also fuel efficient, good-looking, comfortable, has leather seats, a sunroof, great technology, this is a fantastic coupe. If you'd like to come check out this car or any other cars we have in our award-winning lot, come see us in El Cajon or visit us online at goautocity.com. Thanks for watching. Warning signals on and off. I prefer to keep them off, but that's just me. I don't want my car beeping at me while I'm driving or parking it even, cause I don't need to, cause I can see. And I've never run into another car, cause I'm a good driver, a really good driver. Just ask Auto City.